Hi.
Hey Liam.
Come on in.
Oh, cheers. I'm so excited to be asking you 22 questions for the 2022 elections. Thanks for fitting us into your busy schedule.
Oh, no problem at all, no problem at all.
Cheers. So, what are you up to in here?
Well, I was just doing a bit of bioarchaeology, actually. Need hands?
That is a shocking joke, mate. So, that's studying bones, right?
That is correct. Yes, it is, yeah. I'm actually just finishing up, though, so if you'd like to follow me on a little walk over to the SU.
Lead the way. So, what have you got planned now?
I've got a really busy day of campaigning ahead of me, actually.
Oh, that's right. I'm told you're running for president in the SU elections this time, right?
That's correct, I have, yeah.
Oh, very nice. So tell us a bit more about yourself. How'd you end up at Sheffield?
Well, my route into education wasn't the standard one. I did a foundation year, actually, and I think really one thing the university could do is have a much wider range of routes through the foundation year into higher education, so people have the same kind of opportunities that I did.
I think that's really good. So what are you doing at uni now?
Well, I'm currently an archaeology postgraduate in archaeological sciences. I've finished my undergrad now. I'm also on Societies Committee as the Inclusions Officer and the Deliberations Liaison. And in addition to that, I am on Student Council as Vice Chair.
Oh, so busy. How do you manage it all?
Who's to know? Who's to say?
So, Liam, what inspired you to run for president then?
Well, I'm currently in the archaeology department, as we said. So I've been here through the whole process of the sort of threat of closure for the department. So I've been really involved in the Save Sheffield Archaeology movement. I've been really involved in the campaigning and the lobbying, and it really does work. We've made really positive change. I've not really stopped since, to be honest.
That's really admirable. Also, you've got something under your foot there, mate.
Yeah, I noticed that actually. I've been seeing this stuff all around the university, and I really think when I get into being president, I want to get rid of this kind of rubbish. Should we take the elevator down?
Sounds good. So, Liam, what's your campaign slogan?
Well, I played around with a lot of different ideas. Helping hand, things like that. But really, I ended up settling with make a stand, vote by hand. It felt like it really represented the kind of president I wanted to be a little better.
I think that's really nice. So, what do you think makes a great SU president?
Well, aside from having a really good manifesto that it's actionable and things you can actually achieve, I think one of the single most important things once you're actually in the role is to be able to react and respond to things as and when they happen. And really, when when things go wrong, being able to pick up the pieces and accept help from your team, really.
Nice. So, about your manifesto,
Yeah.
how will forming a renters union help students?
Well, unionising really allows for better infrastructure of support. Knowledge is power in these situations, and if we can advise and educate students to work with staff to build that support network, we'll be able to sort of improve quality of life, really.
So, what's one concern you have for the coming year?
Well, I want to avoid things like this all across Sheffield in student properties. The cost of living is going to be a real issue in the next year. It's going to be rising really rapidly, and we need to put things in place to do something about it.
Right, that's a real problem. So, how do you intend to tackle that?
Well, I intend to tackle that by incentivising landlords to retrofit, and by that I mean providing insulation for properties, replacing boilers for more energy efficient boilers, so that the cost of living goes down really.
So you've mentioned education and accessibility in your manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
What additional resources do you think need to be available for students?
Well, I think one massive thing we need to work with the current officer team in extending the sort of reach of Encore. Encore is a really useful tool for disabled students and international students who may not be able to access their lectures all the time, and currently not every building on campus actually has Encore in place. So having that full sort of coverage for Encore would provide easier access for that really valuable resource.
That makes a lot of sense. What action have you personally taken to oppose stripping the SLC and closing the archaeology department?
Well, as I said before, I was involved in the campaigning and lobbying, but specifically what I actually did, I was really involved in the organisation of rallies. I spoke at rallies. I was also sort of contributing to the online campaign as well. I did a lot of organisation for that. I did a lot of interviews. But one really big thing I did was I made a petition which actually got 50,000 views, 50,000 signatures, should I say. And we also got shortlisted for the Early Career Archaeology Achievement Award, which is massive.
That's really impressive. So what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve by lobbying the government regarding visa policies and attendance?
So international students do not have the same accommodations for the sort of taking mental health breaks and accommodating the effect of COVID on their studies. And there's very little leniency in terms of attendance, so I'd like to lobby them to make that more lenient and give those accommodations so international students can take care of themselves a bit better, really.
And what advice would you give our viewers?
Get out and vote, really. It's really important to be involved in the democratic process. These things matter, these things affect us, and there's the real change we can make, to be honest. Yeah, just get out and vote.
What's one thing you hope to get out of the experience?
Aside from being elected, I really want to leave a positive impact on a place that's left a really positive impact on me, to be honest. That's the big thing I would like to get out of this whole experience.
So Liam, if everyone wants to find out more, where can they find you?
Well, just search for both Liam and 13 President on any of the popular platforms and you will be able to find all of my postings on the matter.
Fantastic. Next time you run, are you going to make a better slogan?
See, if I'd had a few more words, I'd have been able to come up with some fantastic ones, really leaning into the hand name that I mentioned earlier. But I think one of the things I'll have to do is just really push for them to give 8 words instead of 6, and it's a really important part of the whole process next year. So future candidates can have a bit more wiggle room to have a bit of fun with it.
I think you should have put that at the top of your manifesto, honestly. Well, thanks for all your time, Liam. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Just make a stand, vote for hand, really.
Right, well, have a good one. Cheers.
Thank you very much. See you next time.